We lead a straight and narrow path. If people want to deviate, they're free to do so. We don't criminalize the person, we criminalize the action. Hello everybody, I hope everybody's doing well. Today I'm going to answer the top 5 most frequently asked questions. Here we go. What is the theory behind free capitalist markets if you don't allow monopolies and oligopolies? My answer to that is that oligopolies and monopolies are birthed out of greed. That is something the National Renewal Party is adamant on abolishing. Is greedful practices, exploitative practices in capitalism. We believe capitalism can be achieved with the greater good of society, with utilitarianism in mind. And you see sectors that have monopoly stakes and majority stakes in their respective industries. That is simply not free market capitalism at all. And you might argue, this is the argument, well, free market capitalism letting nature do what nature does. Nature does not eat more than it needs. Nature does not eat when the food is good because their food will not be able to reproduce. That is the case. And in doing so, you need reproduction, you need sustainability in order to continue humankind. Look at my generation, for example, not to go off on a tangent. Probably the most likely generation to not procreate, to not have a family because of the current economy, right? We can only afford so much. I digress. Second question, how do you judge a self-destructive sector? Now, the National Renewal Party bases its principles off of Islamic principles. We believe in Islamic economics. We are an economical party, and we don't do much politicizing of certain issues. We go pretty clear to the Quran. And you may ask, well, this sounds like you're going to force everybody to be Islamic. I'll get to that in the next question, but no, simply not. We don't believe in gambling. We don't believe in interest payments. We do not believe in drugs, alcohol, and smoking tobacco, for instance. And those are industries we're seeing right now, top of the food chain industries. And going back to the first question, do you want a self-destructive society, or do you want a society that keeps consuming and keeps living justly for eternity? And that is the formula, that is our structure. Third question, how do you lead under Islamic principles and maintain secularism? Well, in Islam there is surah called Surah Al-Kafirun, and this surah says in short terms, I am free to practice my religion, you are free to practice your religion. That is in the Quran. So we believe in secularism. That is in our holy book, our holy scripture, and we will lead by our holy scripture. So there is reference. So as there is no cheating, there is no euphemistic language in our public addresses. Everybody can refer to the Quran, and by doing that we believe in peace, love. We do not take extremist views on the Quran, and we believe in secularism. We believe that everybody should have the right to practice their own religion, whatever the case may be. We think that as stated in the question before, we believe that interest, drugs, alcohol, these are all indications of shaitan in our religion, which we do not believe in. We do not believe that there should be corruption in our world and the possibility of corruption. And these are the sectors we're seeing our government and all governments that we have the choice from choosing right now continue to allow. And before you know, it's going to be too late. So that's why we're here. That is our policy. Fourth question, what does objectification mean? Objectification simply means cynicism. Simply means going ahead of somebody without regard for their humanity. It means that you will do anything and everything to get ahead without consideration and without doing it justly. So that is what objectification means. It means treating humans like they're just robots, like they're just objects, and that it's essentially a robot race. That's what differentiates us from AI. Don't confuse the two, because we are humans, we have a soul. AIs, with all due respect, and maybe I will be proven wrong, maybe this won't age well, I don't think AIs have souls at this point. And Allahu Akbar, they hopefully they won't. But you know what? If it's just souls, it's moral souls, we'll see. Fifth and last question: what is the point of abolishing end-time capitalist sectors if people will create illicit markets? Illicit markets will always be created. We see it right now. People do things that are not as per the law states, right? Not going with the law, perhaps going against it. And illicit markets will always proliferate. They will always find a way to get into the legal economy. However, when you have a government that focuses on going straight and narrow, it's better than having a government that allows these practices in the first place with the same mindset, don't get me wrong, because they probably believe illicit markets will continue to procure. However, I believe that as well, but I also believe that the government should set an example, that they should lead by example, and that it's a top-down approach. If you have a government that's laissez-faire, they allow pretty much everything to slide. They even illegalize things so that it won't be perceived illegal and it won't have a stigma. I don't know about that one. So we lead a straight and narrow path. If people want to deviate, they're free to do so. We don't criminalize the person, we criminalize the action. So without getting into too much specifics, that means that if you are caught with something that we have abolished, as per Islamic principles, alcohol, drugs, gambling, interest payments, we will revoke that thing from you. But listen, we forgive you. We want you to ask for forgiveness to Allah, not to us, because we're all slaves. I'm equal to you no matter what you do. I'm equal to you. And in the eyes of Allah, you must ask for forgiveness and get on that straight and narrow path again. So thank you very much for spreading peace, love, true capitalist markets, good capitalist markets, just capitalist markets, sustainable capitalist markets. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much.